Paul Mackinon here, aka Uncle Paulie, physical education lead with the Anglophone School District North. We're launching a brand new series we're calling Knotty Fun Time with Uncle Paulie. In this series, we plan to deal with knots of a more practical nature or for survival purposes. During these challenging times, why not take some of that stay-at-home time and learn some new practical skills? In my opinion, it doesn't get any more practical than learning knots. There's an old adage often quoted by Blackville principal Rodney Buggy, when you can't tie knots, tie lots. That can get you through most of the time. However, knowing how to tie the right knot will get you out of a jam every time. To that end, we'll be including knots used to join two pieces of cordage together, used to attach a piece of cordage, secure it to another object, and knots for practical purposes such as storage, as well as using cordage to secure lashings in the case of shelter building. There are several other categories of knots out there, from nautical to decorative. For more information on these, check out animatedknots.com. Perhaps a field manual. I have some of them shown here, everything from the Scouts Canada Handbook, Field Guide to Knots, Tom Brown's Field Guide to Wilderness Survival, the Ultimate Survival Manual. There are a multitude of them out there. And if you want to open up Pandora's box of Pinterest, there is lots of different video cards and such out there that could help inform you on various knot tying techniques. So as to kick this series off not on the wrong turn, we want to start with some nomenclature. First off, when working with cordage, the end you're working with is referred to as the working end. The trailing part of the rope, perhaps attached elsewhere, is known as the standing part. Next, we're going to look at three commonly used terms that will be used in the explanations. First off, you have what's called a bite. A bite is when the working end and the standing part are basically running parallel and you've created a hoop. Next, you have what's called a loop. And simply, it looks like a bite, however, it crosses over the standing part, sometimes in front, sometimes in back, depending on your perspective. And next, finally, we also have what's called the turn, which is basically starts out as a loop, however, it wraps around for a turn around the standing part. We're going to start by tying the overhand knot. So to achieve this, you simply come up, create a loop, and then bring the working end in through the loop you've created, pull together, and there you have it. It looks a bit like a pretzel. That's a simple knot used to start off tying your shoe. As part of this series as well, I hope to explore many of the knots that are featured on my t-shirt that in these COVID times has suddenly decided to get a little smaller. It could be something going on with my washing machine. Not sure on that. As well, I'm hoping to drop the occasional naughty pun, some more naughty than others. And finally, where possible, I'll be sharing some knot wisdom. Consider knots are a lot like people. Some are real simple, while others are very complicated.